Welcome back, everyone. We're on field 2 of our first day of coverage from Kansas City, Missouri at the National High School Rugby Championships from Swope Park. Glad you can join us on this Thursday evening. Well, at least evening in Kansas City in the Central Time Zone as well in the Eastern Time Zone. For those in the Mountain West, I know you're just rolling through.
Please don't make it. I'm begging you.
This ball flipped here to the near side. Good cutback. As we just get underway here between Gonzaga and St. Louis University High School. Pushing back that advancement. And here early on, just a feeling out process. Good spin over to the outside, but that defense even better as they were able to convene on the ball carrier. I'm just going to send it away, and it's going to be fielded cleanly. Up on the run. Nowhere to really go, though, but the help is there, and they'll slow down this contest. Gonzaga with possession here. The all-white with horizontal stripes. Gonzaga in the dark tops. And this is a breakaway for Gonzaga. Good tackle, though, in order to drag down the ball carrier. Now Gonzaga finds themselves in the middle of the pitch as the ruck has formed. Continue to flipping the ball, and that works out well. And this is a bruising run as they continue to drag tacklers on his back. But the pass wasn't where it needed to be, and the knock will be called. And that is unfortunate, as they really had something working in their favor, did Gonzaga. The player wearing the number 19 a little shaken up for Gonzaga. As we saw him lipping away from the first hit, he remains down on the knee. The referee has stopped play, as it looks like further evaluation will be needed. And those water balls coming out very quickly in this immense heat. And I'm assuming that this is just going to be a quick break as 19 is up and moving around again. A good return for Gonzaga here as he looks to try to open up the scoring. And they do find that breakthrough, at least momentarily, as the tackle is made to keep him out of the try line. They're just in between 5 meters and the try line. Looking for a pick and go, hoping that that will be what secures the opening score. The referee is sitting right in position, looking to award something, but nothing to be awarded yet. Now he does. Had to scratch and had to claw, but it only took a little nook and cranny to find exactly what Gonzaga was looking for. They were able to get the big run that opened up the space in the middle of the pitch. And then when they were met by the opposition, found the way to just dart their way through despite being resisted at first. Nothing the score. Gonzaga now leads. Plenty of length between them and this possible conversion. Plenty of distance. Just off the mark wide. But the damage has been done. Opening score by Gonzaga. They lead 5-0 over St. Louis University High School. Sent away on the restart. It's 5-0 Gonzaga, about 10 minutes in to this opening half. Second game of the 4 that we have for you here this evening as the ball is loose. Gonzaga able to reconvene on the possession. A long kick, it's knocked backwards, not forward, so they can continue play, can St. Louis. Dressed in this lavender with the dark numbers on the back. Good clearance of the ruck there offensively for St. Louis University High School. As they look to get the try that they had let up back. And this ball lost and knocked forward, and it will belong to the white-clad Gonzaga side. And just because the sun is setting doesn't make it any more comfortable, as the pitch does maintain an abundance of the heat. Moved over to the far side, tripped up, able to roll through the tackle so he could continue his way until he eventually was pinned down. Trying to make some semi-balance of what is going on in the shadows there. And this ball spun as it's advanced towards the 22. Taking a few meters here, a few meters there, but the pace of the game is what helping them, and they have the overload, and they'll have the try. The lock able to get out wide. It looks like, and I can only speculate because I don't see the whole 15, or the whole 30, if you will, but a bit of that 1-3-3-1. But they did have the pod set up to the outside. Big Gonzaga. They got the overload that they were looking for. And more importantly, they were able to get the score. 10-0 their lead over St. Louis University High School. But this kick obviously will be coming from a difficult position. So they will line up. But it's going from essentially the touch line to the middle of the park. But we did see he had the leg to get it there. It was just the accuracy that was missing last time out. Have a chance to pull it more so than push it this time. Good kick. Getting great results. It clears the uprights. The conversion will tack on the extra 2, 12-0. As Gonzaga leads here in the first half of play. Gonzaga, the 3 seed, St. Louis University, the 6 seed, coming into this contest. And after this game, we'll have Fort Hunt going against the Woodlands, the 4 versus 5, a very even matchup in the club level play. And then we'll have one last club match, Royal Irish versus Thunder Rugby at the end of our broadcast tonight. But in case you do have to leave a little early, don't forget, we'll be back bright and early going through our tier winners and loser brackets throughout the rest of the day as we continue the road to a national title. That starts early, 8 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Obviously, we can do the rest of the math as this ball goes off of the fingertips of the St. Louis player, and it couldn't have come in a worse area if you are a St. Louis fan. Picking and going, it didn't look like everybody was ready to go with that, but they have plenty of time to reconvene on the ball. A beautiful tackle laid, as it was a hurtful tackle. And he stuck him, but it doesn't matter as they are able to slice through the defense. Is Gonzaga to get the score. Usually big hits can be tone setters. And when you're behind, you need each and every bit of momentum possible to will your team into a positive mindset. And hopefully, that will relay them in a positive predicament. That was not the case after laying such a crunching hit. That's good ball movement, and that has been the calling card of Gonzaga here in this contest. Quick ball movement leading to easy scores. 17-0 as we await the conversion. The kick will miss. We go into a short break for water. We'll take a break with them and we'll be back with more here on Flow Rugby. So off of the restart of play. It is 17-0 in favor of Gonzaga, as they have dominated this contest so far against St. Louis University High School. Securing ball possession has been an issue for St. Louis. Do they draw the knock? They will be the benefactor of this call. So scrum down is coming here between Gonzaga and St. Louis. Well, one of the big things is just try and get the scrum set. And it looked to have been a creative play as he somehow was able to fling it out as he would hit the ground. And it looked like the line was set up for a terrific run, but it will be called back, and we're going to just get back to a scrum again. Pace of this first half really slowing down after the water break now. As we set up for the next scrum. So right now we spent about 5 minutes in this contest here just trying to get this scrum underway and get it done properly. Now finally sent away. Gonzaga trying to get back onto the ball as it does take a touch off of a St. Louis player, and Gonzaga will have possession. Quick decision making and perfect offloads have been key to their scoring output, and their misdirection really causing some issues. And now you see the Perfius totality as he is able to run through the line and dot down the try. Tremendous run and score for Gonzaga, and that was all predicated off of some quick decision making and a well-timed run that confused the defense. It only took a quick movement. That was it. Our score now 22-0. Gonzaga has to be extremely happy with the way that they have been able to come out and dominate in this first half of play. Although no lead is ever truly safe. We saw that in the last contest where the team that initially led the contest fell behind only to stage quite the comeback attempt at the end, only to come up just a tad short. Looking for the conversion. And this kick is good. 24-0. Gonzaga in the driver's seat. Well, the sun is setting. It still doesn't change the fact from that the pitch still extremely warm and fiery, especially with exhausted legs. But we do have the restart, as Gonzaga will field cleanly way beyond the 10-meter line. All the way past the opposing 22, in fact. So St. Louis, they're going to decide what they want to do with this, and I'm thinking they're going to try to go for points. And that is the case. The kick offline, it will be touched down, so this will be a returnable opportunity. Deciding on how they want to approach it will be Gonzaga. So the referee allowing everybody to get into play. They're going to go ahead and just kick this away from around the 22. And it's a good kick, as this will push back St. Louis University High School. Fortunate that they didn't lose possession on the low pass. All that momentum that they had built now lost. Good discipline being showed defensively as well, as every gap seems to be filled. Not a booming kick. It's going to be fielded at around the 10-meter line. Able to evade a few tacklers past the midway point. Now only has one person to beat, and he's able to get right past him, but a good jersey grabbing tackle will negate the fly half's opportunity to score. The ball still loose and now into touch. Was there a penalty that had happened beforehand? That's what I'm looking for, as the referee does signal. But what looked to have been another amazing opportunity to score for Gonzaga comes up just a tad short, thanks to a fabulous defensive effort. They hang on to that jersey and pull them all the way down to the ground. St. Louis will be the benefactors here, as they'll just send this away, but don't necessarily get the clearance that they were hoping for. As it seems it's just more of delaying the inevitable, as Gonzaga has been quite comfortable in the try zone. Off of the throw, and it's going to be intercepted right on the line out by Gonzaga, as they are able to form the maul. First maul of this game. Where is that ball, though? As it's lost in the sea of bodies. With everybody peeling just to recycle. And this maul is now over as it turns into a ruck. It just looks like when Gonzaga was going to find another score, this call going against them as we get set for this scrum. Ball worked out wide as it's hit into the air, and it's going to be kept in play, but it couldn't be recovered as it was knocked forward. The advantage allows St. Louis to get back on, but we're going to come back to the spot of the original knock, as no advantage was really to be had. Off of the scrum. The ball will be awarded as that scrum was starting to break to St. Louis, as they are down 24-0 as we are getting into that final portion of this first half. This ball rolling around the ground free as St. Louis able to fall on top of it. See if they can get something going offensively. This is a good run as he continues to not be denied until finally flung to the ground. And it looks like St. Louis is more comfortable keeping this ball towards the center of the pitch. No runs to be had out wide. And that leaves the ball carrier with nothing to do but to take the tackle. They will lose possession now. I thought they were going to be the benefactor of a penalty. That was not the case. And as that sun's starting to set, I know it caused some issues with the camera glare, but those will only persist for a few more moments as we get closer and closer towards nightfall in Kansas City. The temporary home for this national championship, normally contested over in Salt Lake City, Utah. Teams and schools and clubs from all over the country have gathered here at SLUH Park in order to vie for a national title. Despite being up 24-0, the physicality will not stop for this Gonzaga squad. Not a lot of room to be had. Gonzaga working with this ball and seeing if they can get one last score before the half, as they were able to win the ball back. Some of that hot streak dissipating with the lack of heat now as they work their way towards the shade. But able to find a way to cross their way into the fray, and they do get some help on this ruck, so they'll maintain possession. Now it's just a matter of pick and go and see if they can find a way to muscle the ball over the try line. They will hold up play here as they form a bit of a train and are able to kind of just charge through the defense. It's worked once. They are just inside the 5-meter line. Can they do it again? They will try to do it again, and this time they are over the try line. Is the ball down? No, they're going to say it is just a smidge beyond, and the ball is lost as it was going to be knocked forward and instead given away to the opposition. Now St. Louis with some room. Can they work one last attack that will get them some points before going into the half? St. Louis valiantly trying to find some running room, and now a bit of a channel only for it to be stripped away at the end. And the referee will take us to half. Your score, Gonzaga leads 24-0 over St. Louis University High School. We'll be back with your second half from SLUH Park here from the 2021 Boys High School National Rugby Championships on Flow Rugby. Second half underway here from the 2021 Boys High School Rugby National Championships from Swope Park in Kansas City, Missouri. Our sites being brought to you by our casting crew out there, production and camera, respectively. Glad you can join us no matter where you may be watching from, anywhere on your couch, maybe on your cell phone, your tablet, smart television, maybe taking a vacation on some beautiful remote island and just wanting to see some rugby. I'm the Smash Justin Simmons and welcome you to our coverage here on Flow Rugby. As we are on our second game of the evening portion of our schedule, in case you did not see that, a last minute change to the schedule as we'll have an extended break now throughout the afternoon for the next 2 days where games will not be taking place between 12 and 5 o'clock. Just at the safety of the players and the officials and the rest of the support staff. It's just blazing hot right now, a high of 102 out in Kansas City. We are back in our Flow Sports studios in Austin, Texas. Not much cooler in Central Texas, but nowhere near as hot as it is on that field turf. And despite the abundant shade, this is a good tackle there. You have to imagine that these legs must be weary, especially after what was a pacey first half. Love to see this physical play here from St. Louis University as they are looking for their first score of the game. That is not for the lack of trying, though, as they'll have the penalty thanks to the dive in. But this team just has not been able to get anything going offensively so far. As for Gonzaga, they have shown the whole bag. They went through all of it. Short, bruising runs, well-timed runs to go along with maybe what some would say some brilliant play in order to get those tries that they have been looking for. Trying to go from glory from about midway out. This would be an impressive kick if it does hit the mark. If you have the tool in the arsenal, why not try to use it? It does come up short and this will be returned. But a valiant effort as this kick is sent past the 10-meter line. And it took an awkward bounce as it flailed going towards the midline. The long punt, it is caught by St. Louis as they look to make the return, but he's going to be driven right into the artificial turf off of a well-placed tackle. Going outside, St. Louis able to find a bit of room and another upending hit. And Gonzaga, don't tell them they're up 24-0. They're playing like it's still 0-0. The referee will call for a stop in the action. So we'll come back. We'll get set up for the scrum down here as the ball will belong to Gonzaga. This really has been their game thus far. Well won off of the scrum, and they're just going to run right through the heart of the defense, does Gonzaga, and they have the support to go along with it. Now they have the numbers out wide here to the near side. And diving into the ruck once again. And the referee notices it. That's twice. I don't understand why you want to be doing that, especially when you have possession. The carelessness going to lead to this ball to be punted away as they're looking for the touch line. And it will definitely clear the distance. About 5 minutes in to this second half. No score in the second half, but our score does read 24-0 in favor of Gonzaga as they try to win the ball off of the line out, only for them to be denied by St. Louis. St. Louis in the purple tops, white shorts, and purple socks going from left to right. As for Gonzaga, they're wearing the stripes, horizontal style, in the all white, going from right to left. But this game has definitely slowed down. And St. Louis once again being presented with the option to send it away into touch, and they'll do just that. And I imagine for the players and the officials alike, as well as the spectators on hand over at SWIP Park, that the shade that is setting in thanks to the sun starting to set, it is a welcome change to the dynamics of the weather of the game. Still imagine that we'll have those water breaks coming up here shortly. Big lineup for St. Louis as they try to establish something offensively. Unable to win possession, but they are able to fall on the loose ball and now maintain the possession. It was flicked out. A little awkward as the ball was going end over end. Now some simple passing, working out well. Lucky not to get an interference call as the player able to get out of the way of the defender. Good ruck on the clearance as he's able to upend the would-be defender. Trying to utilize quick hands down the outside. This is good balance in order to stay on their feet and get the ball and keep it to allow for help to return. And what could have happened there, it was a bit of getting ahead of themselves. And we'll have a scrum down coming up. Good play here on the offload as they were able to win it off of the scrum were Gonzaga as they move this ball back to the middle of the pitch. Now everybody in disarray as they're looking to find some running room. Picking it up and go. You could have driven a Mack truck through it. He loses the ball. He loses the ball. His team is up 24-0 right now. It's not that huge of a deal, but he has to be besides himself. As that was a for sure. I mean, there are very few things that are for sure in this lifetime. But that was a for sure tried if he just hangs on. And maybe he just got a tad too far ahead of himself mentally as he didn't look that ball all the way through and secure the bag. And ends up just kicking it over the line, over the try line to lead to this scrum. But if you're St. Louis University, you're going to take it. St. Louis University High School able to keep a shutout so far here in the second half. Well, 24 points coming in that first half. What was a huge scoring output for Gonzaga. This is the 3 versus 6 matchup with Gonzaga as the higher seed. Over on field 1 with my buddy Kit McConico. I know you're seeing some larger discrepancy in the playoffs there, the 1 versus 8 specifically. You also get the 2 versus 7 matchup for you all that have been going between both of the fields that we have here on our coverage today. It's still anybody's ball as it finally trickles out of play. And we set up for this scrum. It's just going to be a shade over the midway line, but near that touch line, so everything's going to have to funnel back towards the camera. Good kick, takes a good bounce, and Gonzaga off to the races. Cuts past one, able to shed another. It is just a shade short of the 5-meter line as the help comes. Got to form that ruck. Penalty awarded to Gonzaga. Doesn't look like they're going to be going for points. Quick tap it is. No, they'll just kick for distance. Going to set up a nice line out here. Big line now coming up for Gonzaga as they look for their first points of the second half. Up and overhead. And brought down cleanly. And you got something moving here. No help on the outside. It doesn't matter as he was able to find a crease on the inside. Now it's all about the help here in forming a clean ruck. Trying to pick and go. Can they do so? Gonzaga moving and marching forward. Good defensive holdup. The tackle, it was just near the goalpost, and you can see that padding moving. And a stop made by St. Louis University High School. I know they are down, but it's plays like that that can really motivate a squad. So their defense, despite the scoreline, not necessarily the Achilles heel in this second half. It's just the lack of offense going against a really good Gonzaga squad. But we will take a break for some water. Much needed for both of these teams. Much needed for myself as well, as it had been an exciting first half, and we just are on the edge of our seat, waiting for our first try of the second. We'll be back with more from the 2021 Boys High School National Rugby Championships on Floor Rugby. So we pick up where we left off at the water break. It's 24-0, about an hour into this contest. And it's all Gonzaga. They are marching their way towards the try line. St. Louis has been valiant in their efforts to keep them from scoring, and they were able to deny them once again, as this scrum does belong to the side from St. Louis. Good crunch on that scrum. Safe and effective, as St. Louis was able to get the push that they were searching for. And it was almost tapped into play. They thought that they had him on the line out, as it was Gonzaga who was slow to respond. Well, it looks like we're going to get a chance to see it happen again. This time, we should be quicker to respond. Terrific run as he's able to tear through the defense. And now the sure-handedness that was there earlier in this contest for Gonzaga, not exactly there now. Off of the scrum, St. Louis able to get this ball out wide. And they'll decide just to kick it past the midway mark. It's easily fielded by Gonzaga as he looks to make a step. Pass one, able to shimmy past another with the juke move. There it is, another knock. Getting a little sloppy with the hands here towards the end of this contest as we have about 20 more minutes to go. You wonder how much complacency might have set in for Gonzaga at this point. We have a showdown at the scrum. This ball will be fed by St. Louis. Scrum have able to get up round and get a quick pass that will lead to an even quicker boot. And it will take a St. Louis bounce, but a little too far as it will go out the back. Now it will be options for this Gonzaga side and what they want to do here. They can elect to kick away, they can take a scrum. At this juncture of the game, so essentially, we are going to just reenact what had just transpired for the most part, seeing if the ball doesn't go over the line. Scrum won by Gonzaga. Good offload. Making one extra pass. Did he break the plane going forward? No, so the play will continue on in this phase. 3-on-1, they have the overload. He goes with a dummy pass and is able to take it near the 5-meter line. It's touch and go, it's pick and go, and it's a try now. Fly half. Reading the play, he was about 2 steps ahead as he saw he had the space, and instead of making the pass, he cut inside and was able to find the daylight he was searching for. 29-0 as Gonzaga gets their first try of the second half to increase their lead. It's been all Gonzaga in this contest. This angle works well for a right-footed kicker. Most are more apt to pull than to slice. Plenty of time to be taken on this concentration. Sends it away, and it will tail away, but it will sneak in. And that will put him above the 30-point mark with 31 on the night for Gonzaga. As that scorching sun finally starting to set here in Kansas City. Off of the restart after the score, 31-0 here on Flow Rugby. The Smash Justin Simmons alongside you for our Thursday night coverage as this ball sent away. Gonzaga in the head of St. Louis University High School. Our 3 versus 6 matchup, the 3 seed playing like a higher level seed with their performance, at least in the first half. Second half, been a little slow to get on the scoreboard, but now picking up the ball and have somewhere to go with it. It's not knocked on as it was dropped backwards, and this will allow the phase to continue. Pass here to the near side. They have the overload once again, but unable to utilize it as they have plenty of help. That's a smart run to go back towards said help. Gonzaga looking to bust one more through as they impede upon the 5-meter line. Big hit delivered there by the St. Louis defender. As now they are starting to gain their footing and being able to push back is St. Louis. And they win the ball back and are able to send this punt away. Fielded at the midway line. Just taking the ball into contact. This game is well in the hands of Gonzaga. You imagine what they must be thinking. Just to get through the rest of this game unscathed, try to stay healthy, as they have put themselves in a fantastic situation as they look to be a shoo-in for the winner's bracket here. Still about 10 minutes or so to go in this game, but right now, it's all Gonzaga. So we have a lineup, but we're also having some alterations being made. And that's also a smart move by this Gonzaga squad, knowing that you're going to be in the winner's bracket tomorrow. Not a whole lot of rest between now and the impending less than 24 hours, because the recovery time is going to be key for both of these teams. Brings back some good memories, honestly. As this ball flung around until it's actually kicked out of play. I recall playing for a national championship in college. And the big thing for us was most of the guys, I remember, not big fans of it. And I have to admit, neither was myself. But a lot of apprehensiveness from a bunch of big, tough guys about getting into those ice baths to try to recuperate. Nobody had any problems with the spas and the saunas, but those ice baths, nobody ever wanted to get into those. Off of the line out is dropped in nicely. It's Gonzaga trying to put in the finishing touches on this contest. High tackle. And no rolling away as he didn't release that ball. So this penalty does actually go against Gonzaga. It was the rolling away of the ball part. I thought initially it was a high tackle. But as soon as they lose possession, they get it right back off of the restart and have this ball popcorn out of play. And this is where you're going to see today. This game is pretty much already done, but tomorrow is where you're going to see the discipline of these teams, win or loss. Those teams that won, did they threw the extra steps tonight in order to be prepared to play and win tomorrow? And for those teams that went down in defeat today, Do they have the mental capacity, that mental endurance to say, hey, I know it wasn't their best, it wasn't my best game, but to come back stronger the next day and to perform at a higher level through the nicks and pains? Because you know that nobody's going to be going 100% into tomorrow's contest. And if they are just on another level. But with the heat that they had to battle, that just drains you, that zaps you, and it's not just a one-day thing. Good tackle on the form as he helped him up, and he helped him back down safe. Well executed. But still effective. As players know, they remember. Might not always remember the number of the person, but you definitely remember the look of the face and the overall shape of the person, and if they lay a good hit on you. You remember searching for them for the rest of the game, just in case. This has been a dominating performance from Gonzaga in this one. And while we do have a unofficial clock here on our Flow Rugby scoreboard, of course, it's not the official time that's being kept. It is rather close. So you can only imagine maybe we're down to the singular digits of time remaining in this game. By our count, 7 minutes to go. Penalty now given. So it will be Gonzaga's ball, and they'll just kick this into touch. And now, I know because I get the same view that many of you do at home as well. Now that the sun has kind of nestled in beyond the trees and a lot of shadow has been cast over here on field number 2, that's allowed cameras to make the proper adjustments to get a better look. But it is 31-0. Gonzaga still in the lead as they look to try to add one last score. And that will not be the case as this game has now officially ended. And it was a rout, 31-0 Gonzaga over St. Louis University High School. An impressive win as the bulk of those tries came in the first half. Only one more for good measure in the second, but that's all they needed. So we will leave you, at least for right now, as we do have 2 more matches on tap for you this evening here on Field 2. Next one slated to start in about 10 minutes. And one more slated to start around the late evening portion at around 9:30. But if you're checking out today and you're going to tune in tomorrow, we say good night from wherever you may be. Can't wait to see you again tomorrow. If you're sticking around, hold tight, get yourself something to drink, and come back as you get ready for 2 more matches here on Flow Rugby. Big thanks to all of our production out on location in Kansas City, Missouri at Swiftmore. As for my production staff and myself back here in the Austin studios in Austin, Texas, here at Flow Sports. So for all of us and for all of them, I'm the Smash Justin Simmons, and we'll see you again soon.
think I'm at the end of the iris right now. Oh, I didn't do that. I don't. Oh yeah. Oh. I think it's full right now. All the way open. Oh, I think so. What? I think so. I got a bunch of suntan, but nothing. It looks good though. I think it looks good.
Yes, we did. I kept
Oh, yes. You got any water?
No.
I don't mind if you don't. Worry about my hair. I'll prove my back.
Hey.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. See, we get the best price. I'm standing in the middle. Oh, yeah, right. Speak to the fan today. What? He said that might finish off right. Oh, these are. Okay, okay. Yeah, you had a little fan when we came in before.